Hello and welcome to the channel. This week I have something rather different for you. After months of working on my corner deli mock, we're taking a bit of an adventure away from the Lego city. In fact, we're moving away from minifigure scale completely and we'll be building this. What is it? Well, it's a display piece showing the status of the various sections of the Starship we're travelling on at the moment. Wait, what do you mean we're not on a Starship? Okay then, let's just imagine that we are for a moment. This build started as a design experiment. Could I capture one of the status panels showing a Starship's silhouette in Lego form? The result is a ship schematic in the classic form of a plan and profile view, and a simple and quick way to check the current status of your favourite Starship. Still don't get what this is? Okay, let me explain. Let's imagine that you're the captain of a Starship and you're just about to step into the turbo lift from the bridge to travel to another part of the ship. Just next to the door there's an infogram that shows you very quickly the state of the ship and which parts are safe to visit. Or if you're manning the engineering station, you need to know where to send the maintenance crews based on the status of various parts of the ship. The infogram is an electronic panel showing various sections and their status. If there's a red alert in one section, then it's shown in red, and if there's a yellow alert, then it's shown in yellow. The ship is shown in plan view and in side view, so that you can easily get an idea of which sections of the ship are safe and which might be in danger. Now obviously my build here is made out of Lego rather than being an electronic panel, but I thought this would be a fun little project to recreate these shapes out of Lego. And as it seems we're not actually on a Starship, you'll just have to use your imagination for the rest. So let's have a quick look at how I made this design. To start with, I played around with the design on the computer using the Studio Designer software from Bricklink and tried out various ideas and options, but soon settled on the shape and size that I wanted to build. I started off with a backplate made of 2 layers of black plates on a square shape that's 20 studs by 20 studs, and that's edged with a row of panels, including these corner pieces, just to give the backplate a defined edge. The backplate provides a canvas of studs so that I can play around with positioning the elements used for the infogram. Onto that we can start adding the tiles and plates that make the shape of the ship with its different sections. The circular or saucer section is made of curved tiles. The complete circle is only possible because of the recent introduction of the 3x3 curved tiles. Now we can add a fairly rough approximation of the body of the ship. I know this doesn't join up very well with the curved section, but that's difficult to do with the tiles available. Then we can add the 2 engine sections or nacelles to the diagram with the struts that attach them to the main body. I've added a bit of detail to these, but we have to remember that this is an infogram of ship status and not a top-down external view of the ship. The size and scale are pretty much determined by the curved tiles that are available. It would be quite hard to make a decent circle that was, for example, twice as large. Now in the upper part of the infogram we can add the side view of the ship. I've made the saucer section fairly flat with a couple of curved sections above and below because it's difficult to make a more detailed shape using Lego tiles, although other options would be possible. Now I can add the connector or dorsal and add the side view of the main body. Again, it's a fairly simple representation due to the limitations of shapes available, but it's still recognisable. And for the side diagram, of course, there's just one view of the engine nacelles. So that's the construction of the basic infogram complete. Now we can look at changing the status displayed on the infogram. Of course, this is a manual process as I can't change the colours of the Lego pieces electronically, at least not in this version made of real Lego parts. In a purely electronic or computer version, of course, it is easy to change the colours. We can change, for example, the outer part of the saucer section to be yellow, perhaps to represent some kind of damage or emergency in that section. And if we change the colour of the equivalent section on the plan view, that section would change to yellow, something like this. Or perhaps if part of the secondary hull was to be damaged, then it would change to red, like this. Of course, you need to have the different types of tiles used in the layout in the colours you want to use, such as yellow and red. You could perhaps add green to the palette if you wanted to indicate that a section that previously had a problem is now returning to normal. But I suppose the selection of colours and what they mean is up to you. I'm pretty happy with just yellow and red. So that's a quick look at my design for a Starship status display using Lego pieces. It might not be the exact shape of the ship you were thinking of, but as it's only meant to be a diagram, I think that it's a decent representation of what might be a familiar shape. I quite like it, and it's been a fun diversion from building my Lego city, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I expect to get back to building in minifig scale and continue looking at improvements to my building mocks and Lego city, although there might be some other projects in the pipeline as well. Let me know if you'd like to see more standalone builds like this, or if it should be back to Euphoria for my next transmission. Please hit that like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you don't miss out on any updates on Lego sets, modular buildings, my own designs and builds, updates on my Lego city, and other Lego related stuff.